And welcome back to your favorite podcast as we come to you live to talk about all things FDL related. This is FDL Central, January 12th, 2022. Adept, Expert, Star, and Elite quarterfinals have finished. The Origin semifinals are almost done, but there is still a lot of playoff action to be seen. And as always, I cannot do this alone, so please welcome my guest at this time for this week. Up first, he is the GM of the Hornets, as well as captain of the expert team, and always willing to have a good time. Bondo, not to be confused with 007 Bondo, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How's your day going today, KJ? What you got going on?
It is a pleasure, one, to have you here. I don't want to get accused of egoing you again, because
No,
it's never a good thing whenever somebody who is better at you at Rocket League says that you're egoing him.
I think you're better than me here. Like, if you've seen every time we played, you're usually always on top of the leaderboard. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, we're not going to discuss that, but we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And secondly, we have the man himself from the Coyotes expert team, Holmes. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. How about yourself, KJ?
I am doing fan-freaking-tastic. Happy to be here as always. Once again, big shout-outs to Rhino Boy. Hopefully he's having a good time with schooling. However, I kind of want to get into you guys a little bit. Bondo, you've been here since Season 2. You started with the Rams. Last season, you were the GM of the Seagulls. This season, you're the GM of the Hornets. And now, in Season 5, you're going to be heading into Star. I mean, do you plan on staying a GM next season, or are you just going to take a back seat and play as a starter?
I thought about it, but I'm planning on staying GM. And,
now, is that gonna be for the same team if they have a team?
Yeah. So I will be GM of the Hornets. I'm gonna stay with the Hornets, and I will be a starter.
Okay. Well, hopefully this it's a little bit of a shout out to those who are in charge of creating teams. Hornets need a star team for next season.
Yeah, I need a carry. I need someone that can help me out. Like, tryouts always open. I'm not the greatest player. I need someone, that more of a hard carry.
Season 5 hasn't even started, and he's already offering tryouts for people.
Yeah, you got to start early. Hornets were the worst team this season. Yeah, I got to turn it around. You got to start early, build the teams back up.
Hopefully, you can have a turnaround season next season. But that being said, Comus, speaking of turnarounds, debut season for you, and you are a member of the powerhouse Coyotes team that just absolutely had a fun time the other day in your guys' game. You have helped them into the playoffs, but you've also helped them pass round 1. How has your first season of FDL been, and are you looking forward towards more seasons with us here?
I really enjoyed my first season in FDL, especially with the team I'm on. It's make it really fun to be in. And I'll probably be back next season in Star League. So Bondo, I'll be hitting you up for your team.
Ooh, okay.
Tryouts and deals and contracts already being made between these two. Holy smokes. But that being said, with the playoffs in full swing, with both of you being in Expert League, I have to ask this question, and I'm sure other people are wondering the same as to what your opinion is of it. Who takes Expert League?
Obviously, the Coyotes.
I knew that'd be coming from you, Comus.
I was gonna say I'll let Comus go first here. There's only 2 teams I see winning. I'm sorry, Coyotes aren't one of them. But for me, I see it's gonna be either the Griffins or the Hydras. really hoping the Griffins can pull up the upset and get the win, but the Hydras are also kind of cracked, so we don't know.
It should be definitely interesting.
It's gonna be a great semifinal match, that's for sure.
I mean, I think we can all agree on that, regardless of who wins and who
Yeah,
loses.
for me, I just see
uh,
the winner of Expert coming out of that series for some reason.
I like the confidence, but I have to ask: with both of you moving into Star League next season, is there anything that you're like really looking forward to playing? Obviously, at a higher level next season with players that because you guys are going to be coming in at the bottom of Star League. Is there anything that you're specifically looking forward to?
Mm, probably better competition. I like push myself past my limit when playing Rocket League.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to play against the better competition. I've uh I've just been grinding a lot more, trying to get better as well. So it's just just getting up, playing against the higher ranks, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't. I think I should throw this in there. It's definitely not a dig at anybody in particular. It's just once you get to that point of getting on that grind, that's when you really start to realize that okay, I can play better than what I think, and then go from there.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like just like every day with like little things, just getting better and better. It's just I just work on it.
Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and recap these games that did occur. We're going to go through Origin first. Origin Dragons taking on the Unicorns. The team of Kimono and Kamikaze Moog taking out the Unicorns first round. That Unicorns team was made up of Achilles and the Henny God. Any surprises in that one?
Um, to me, honestly, no. It's pretty much as expected.
I have to agree up Bondo. Not really a surprise.
Yeah, that Dragons team has just been absolutely incredible. They were 7-3 going into the playoffs, and it was just one of those things that the Dragons were expected on paper to win that game. So for them to 4-0, I also would be inclined to agree that there wasn't really any too much in the way of surprises. I would have liked an upset,
Yeah, I mean,
which
we
yeah,
always want it to be a 7-game series and always want an upset win. But I mean, it doesn't always go that way.
I mean, content wise, it's
Yeah,
7 games overtime. Gotta get to the 7 games, right?
yeah.
Well, that was actually the only game that has been played so far for Origin. We'll talk about the Seagulls and Monkeys game a little bit later. So we will move into a depth where my team, my own personal team, the Eagles, made up of myself and Little Debbie, were able to take out the Gators of Crusher and Original Thor 4-0, and the Vipers taking down a top seed team in the Griffins 4-0. Rico and Sticks absolutely running the table on Ant and CJ. Any surprises there? Because I will tell you from my own personal standpoint, I think the Griffins losing to the Vipers was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, that'd be the only game for me. Like, what happened with the Griffins? I wasn't there for that game, but where did it go wrong?
So I actually got the chance to scrum with both of those teams, with the Vipers and the Griffins, the day before their series, and they both looked extremely ready. I think when the Griffins came in, they just played really nervous. First couple of games, you could just tell the nerves were there, and then I mean they were already down 2-0 once they started to try to make the comeback. Vipers were just too much for them.
And keep in mind, Rico and Sticks are also the returning champions, so they're definitely making a run for the Adept League championship. But either way, it was a very big surprise to see a 4-0 sweep. I think that's more so the gear for all three of us, I would assume.
Yeah, I would definitely wasn't expecting a sweep.
So moving on to Expert League, and like I said, we're going to be able to blow through these pretty quick because there wasn't as many matches as what normally would be during the regular season. Comus, we had your team, the Coyotes, taking on the Owls. You and Yeti 4-2'd the team of Maleficent RL and Magnificent. The Griffins, Ren, the substitute for the Griffins, and NFC Atlas taking out Frank Carnival and Rhythm of the Monkeys 4-0. That one being a sweep. Eagles, Patty P and T Nori taking out the Huskies, Mythicality, and a substitute player from Adept, which is something that I kind of want to take a look at. But the Eagles able to take that series 4-2, and the Hydras, Kaysen and Local, taking out the Gators of Robot Man and Mr. Hayes 4-1. I have to. No offense to the Coyotes, but I have to take a look at the Griffins game first. Ren being the sub for subbing in for Brudder, taking out a very heavy hitting team of Frank Carnival and Rhythm. Is it a surprise to you guys that it was a sweep?
A sweep,
Shocking
yes.
to me.
Yeah.
It was a surprise, or it wasn't a surprise?
Was.
Yeah, I'd say it was a surprise.
Any particular read? I mean, do you care to elaborate? Because I mean, for me, the reason it's a surprise is because I've seen Frank and Rhythm play together, and they are just an absolute balling team.
Yeah, but Monkey's always throwing in the playoffs. Just had to throw that out there for Chris. But yeah, no, Ren, he's also in Star League now, so he got promoted up. He's an insane player. Atlas has been on the grind, getting a lot better. I guess the Monkeys were just caught off guard, I'm thinking.
And the other game, I was going to say, the other game that we really need to take a look at was the Eagles Huskies game. Miller Ball 22 going back into Expert to play an Expert League matchup. Big surprise there that it was a 4-2.
Yeah. I mean, congrats to Miller Ball. He played very well. I was there to watch that game. Big congrats to him. But at least they put 2 wins against the Eagles. That's a good thing for them. That's a positive look at.
Bondo.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I've just seeing the Coyotes and the Eagles play now. I mean, I'm not sure.
Well, I really think that the Coyotes might find themselves in a fight with the Eagles to be able to get to that final spot.
Yeah.
But that is yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Stay tuned for that match.
isn't that who you guys play next? Comus?
Yeah.
It is. It
our
is.
next competition.
So that's definitely going to be a good one to watch. Moving on, though, we are going to skip over Star for a hot second because none of those games have been played yet. We will talk about those once we get through Elite. And moving into Elite, we had the Colts getting a forfeit win over the Penguins, and the Dragons taking a 4-1 victory over Chris with a K's team, the Monkeys. Bubba and Kial able to get that win. Any surprises in that one?
Is this just like a monkey's pattern of losing in 1-1?
I'm telling you.
Oh boy, I don't know if I want to be a part of that conversation anymore.
But I'm not sure if I really expected any surprises there. Well, everyone in Elite is pretty insane, so
I know I'm kind of going off script a little bit with the way that we're going through things, but for Star League, the teams that are in it, the Hydras and Gators, the Colts and Owls. Being that you guys are going into Star League next season, I kind of want to take a hot second and talk about those 4 teams because I know you guys have definitely been watching and following along with how each team is doing with the way that this season has gone. A team like the Hydras with Shade, Sifri, and Alpha Doggy, and then you've got the Gators who have been absolute monsters on the pitch. What what do you think will happen, and what do you think should happen?
I think it's going to go the game 7 between those two, but Hydra's taking it overall.
I have to agree. I think Hydras are going to end up taking that game. I would love to see it go 7.
If it really comes down to it, I think I might agree. It just depends on which Shade decides to show up, and I know I'm calling Shade out a little bit, but it depends if we get mouse and keyboard Shade or if we get controller Shade. But that being said, we're going to go through these quick. If there's any team that you want to talk about, I'm going to say the team's name. We're going to rapid fire these out. Like I said, we're not going to take too much of your time. But we have the last game for Origin League of the quarterfinals, which is the Seagulls versus the Monkeys. When I say that, I'm going to say your name. You give me the first thing that pops in your head. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. So for Origin, we've got the Seagulls versus the Monkeys. Bondo.
Quack. CWAK.
That's always the first thing on your mind. But between these two teams, what's the first thing on your mind?
Seagulls.
Comas.
Monkeys.
I'm gonna have to give it to the Seagulls. I think Cop K is gonna be able to help that team because he has certainly pulled them out from the bottom and brought them to the playoffs. Moving into Adept, we've got the Eagles versus Owls. Comas.
Owls. Owls.
Bondo.
Eagles.
I
That was a
can't
tough
turn.
one. It's a tough one.
I can't turn my back on my own team, so I'm going to have to say Eagles too. But I think it's going to be an absolute cranker of a series.
I personally haven't watched much of the Adept Owls, so I don't know. But from what I've seen from the Eagles, it looked like a tough team to beat.
Oh, thank you.
So I really can't say much on the Owls from Adept League. I'm not too sure.
And then the last game that's taking place is the Vipers versus Huskies. Bondo.
Vipers.
Gomez.
Vipers.
I'm gonna say Vipers as well because Miller is just coming off of a little bit of a tough game with the Eagles already, and I don't know if he wants to play the Adept Eagles right after. That's just my own personal opinion. I'm sorry. Moving into expert, we have the Eagles taking on the Coyotes. Comas, I already know what you're going to say, so I'm going to start with Bondo.
Coyotes.
Comas?
Coyotes. Big W there.
Well, since I'm going to be the underdog now, I'm going to take the Eagles. Obviously, I can't turn my back on my franchise. Second game to take place, the Hydras versus the Griffins. Comas.
I'm hoping for Griffins.
Bondo?
I gotta go with my boy Atlas and brother Griffins.
I'm also going to say Griffins. I have faith in Brother and Atlas. And, you never know. We could be proven wrong. Star. Hydras versus Gators. Bondo.
Hydras.
Comas.
Hydras.
Hydras as well. I think that Hydras team is just absolutely cracked out of their mind. Colts versus Owls. Comas.
Owls.
Bondo.
Colts.
Table split. I'm going to say Colts, just based off of play and play style. And then finally, we have Elite League, and this one kind of think about this one. We got the Huskies taking on the Dragons. Bondo.
Dragons.
Okay. Comas.
Huskies.
Bondo, I like the faith, but I have to go with the Huskies.
No,
Huskies.
I have faith in the Dragons to win this one.
You love the underdog story.
I
I can appreciate it.
I have faith in the Dragons to win this one.
The Dragons are riding a little bit of momentum though, so I
Yes.
will give you that. And then finally, we have the Colts taking on the Hydras Comus.
Hydras.
Bondo.
Colts.
Ooh, it's a little spicy on that one. I'm gonna say the Colts, and not because of record or anything, but I think the Colts have the play time and the ability to take down the Hydras. Um, so, real quick before we end up going out, Bondo and Comus, with you guys, obviously, we've said it multiple times. You guys moving into Star League. Is there anybody you're watching out for?
No, they gotta watch out for me.
Ooh,
I would say
ooh,
Shade. I would say Shade, but I've been peeking on Shade every time. So I mean, I don't know.
man! It seems to be that this is the call out Shade show, but
Yeah,
it's fine. We absolutely love our boy Shade.
yeah, Shade's the best.
Well, either way, as I said, this was going to be a quick one. This was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Is there any final thoughts from you two?
Not for me.
Yeah, I don't really have much. To be honest.
The man egos me and says that I egoed him, and yet does not have much to say.
Yeah, KJ always egos me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And then I saw a Robot earlier told me he's gonna follow me in Star so he can keep harassing me. Hey Robot, you're gonna lose in Star. I'm coming for you. You're first on my list. That's my
well,
final words.
you
Robot's
should
first on my
probably beat
list.
him in a series first.
Yeah, he's first on my list.
But either way, thank you for joining us here tonight on FDL Central. Thanks, of course, to both of you guys, Bondo and Comus, and a huge thanks to our streamer tonight, Robot Man, who is exactly who Bondo keeps calling out, and I don't know why, because Bondo hasn't won a series against him. So either way, thank you guys for watching this week's episode of FDL Central, your hub for all things FDL. And be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 6 p.m. for our recap of round 2 of the playoffs. As for Bondo and Comas, this has been KJ signing off for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.